Throughout my life, I grew up as, I would say, one of the less confident people, less desirable. Everything bad about someone, I almost felt like that was me. Now, over the past couple years, I have done my best to just upgrade myself. I've been in the gym more. I've started getting haircuts more regularly. I started to really love myself. But the reason I mention that is because you should not give people a second chance. Do not take back cheaters. Do not do anything along that sorts. Now, you might be wondering, what does that have to do with what I was talking about earlier? So, back before when I wasn't desirable, when I didn't really care about myself, I would ignore all red flags because in my head, that person is the best I can do. Like, they can do me wrong in so many ways, but they're just the only one for me. They're perfect. Even though I didn't want to say it, I almost couldn't imagine anyone better than them because I thought so low of myself. And then I started loving myself more. I started having enough self-respect to be like, if you're able to do this to me in the first place, then it was never meant to work out, and I'm not going to give you a second chance. I refuse to let myself be gaslit. There's 7 billion people on the planet, and I know myself and I love myself enough to know that I'll find someone better than you. It's so, it sounds so simple, and it's so hard to explain to other people. I was having a conversation with a really good friend of mine, and he was telling me about how he had a friend who he really liked photography, right? He really, really, really enjoyed it. And then he went somewhere, right, to take pictures. A place that it's like a really hard place to get to. I think, or it's not a hard place to get to, but it's kind of further out, so it took some effort to get there, I think. And then pretty much his girl ended up texting him saying like, "Oh, if you love me, then you'll come back and come see me right now because I want to see you right now." And it's like the girl knew about his passion for photography, and she still said that to him, trying to make him think a certain way about her. And in my head when I heard that, I'm like, what? Like, why is this girl trying to make you feel some kind of way for doing your passion? And keep in mind, he also told her he was going to go do this, but I guess she forgot or some shit. But even really small things like that, now I'm under the mindset to where goodbye. Right now I have such low tolerance for that kind of bull crap. And I was telling him, I'm like, if I knew his friend, I would tell him that he needs to leave her. But this is the kind of thing that you can't just tell people. Sometimes you have to let people make these mistakes. You have to let people fuck up and let them learn and then let them grow. And then as their friend, you come up to them, you dap them up and be like, we learn, we get better, and I'm always going to love you, but I'll tell you what I think in the moment. Which is exactly what he did. And to this day, I believe they're still together, but it's like I said, it's just something he's going to have to learn on his own. And also, another important aspect when I say don't give people a second chance is, at least for cheating, right? You cannot accept any kinds of cheating. And I mean any. Like, if you see her just texting other people, if you see her even honestly hugging someone a little bit too weird, you know what I'm saying? Like you can tell when you hug a friend versus when you hug someone who's a little bit more than a friend. Like it doesn't always have to be just physical. You know, there's all kinds of cheating. And now, and it's even harder when it's non-physical types of cheating, because when it's non-physical, that's when the gaslighting that's when it can honestly start making sense. But again, once you start loving and respecting yourself enough, you know to not take that kind of disrespect. You know to not get tricked by that kind of stuff. And I know I'm not perfect. Down the line, I might end up getting bamboozled too. But I'm telling you what I genuinely think and believe, and I'll fight my hardest to stand by it, to stand on business with this kind of thing. So, moral of the story: don't let people do that to you. Respect yourself enough to know there's a lot of people in this world, and genuinely, I think I would rather be single for the rest of my life than be with someone who does not respect me and is always disrespecting me. So, just love yourself enough to not do that.